Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Power Table with the Limitless Sit. I am Deandra. Thank you so much for jumping in and watching and listening on today. It is my belief that anything that I say that speaks to you, that you begin to operate in. I am only coming with truth, and it is always my desire for you to become a better version of yourself. So let's have a conversation. I actually was driving a little while ago and I was remembering actually a song that we used to sing in church growing up. Well, our pastor, beloved pastor, would sing. It was I cleaned up my house, then kicked the devil out, and I can feel the Lord stretching out in me. I'll let you all know now, singing is not my strong suit. But the word says, I can feel the Lord stretching out in me. I can feel the Lord stretching out in me. I have cleaned up my house. I have kicked the devil out. I can feel the Lord stretching out in me. And I used to get a kick out of hearing my bishop sing that song. I mean, he would sing that song and then he would back up and he would kick his foot up. And I mean, the whole antics. And I enjoyed it. It took me there because I was like, oh, I'm going to kick the devil out of my house. I'm going to kick the devil out of my house. I'm a kid. I ain't had no house. I was living with my parents. But, it fascinated me and I enjoyed it. And that was something that stood with me like, oh my gosh, clean up the house, kick the devil out, kick the devil out. So that was how I operated. I'm like, oh, as I grew up, when I would get a house, I would open the door and I'm like, hey, devil, you got to go and get out of here and all of that. And it felt good, doing these things, these antics, these antics. And I'll probably get a lot of backlash, but that's just what they are. They're antics. Um, I have come into a new awareness of who God is and who I am. And what I have realized is there's not a big percentage of us who are tapping into our fullest potential. And those that are, they are living the lives of their dreams. And I used to wonder why? Why is wealth given to some and not the others? Why is their life a little bit better than mine when we serve this God who says in the word that he is no respecter of person? That was always a disconnect for me because my thing is if you don't look at this person any different from that person, then why is this person experiencing all of the abundance, wealth, increase, things of that sort, and others on the other end are lacking? And that's a conversation that I want to touch on, but it's up to you all to do your due diligence to really do a deeper dive. I am so thankful for awareness. And I am so thankful now that I have been in a position to debunk a lot of what I had grew up learning. So, let me explain to you first and foremost, I am not stepping away from who God is in my life. I am stepping into who God is in my life. And God is ever present. God is faithful. And a lot of you all don't call it God. You may call it source, infinite intelligence, divine light. It is all encompassing. It is a source that provides for us daily. It is a spark. It is a light that lives on the inside of us all. That we have been so blessed to have. So blessed to have. And I want to share with you all a quick story and I'll come back to it. I think I've shared with you all before that I am the oldest of four children. And my mother, rest her soul, I miss her dearly, but I'm thankful for the time that I had her. My mother, as well as all mothers, they know their kids. They know what to expect from their children. They know if they tell their kids to do something, they pretty much know or can expect that it's going to get done. And they know if it's not going to get done. My mother was very intelligent with the way that she did things that I am learning now later on at this big age of being in my 50s. In the African American culture, there's this thing where they say that you grow, some people are born with a extra layer of skin over them that's supposed to be like this veil, which gives them these gifts to see beyond certain things. And my mother had that. So I believe the way my mother raised us, of course, was definitely intentional. And then not just that, by me being the first and the oldest, it was her learning as she was actually becoming a parent and a wife and all of that because that's what that was, especially in the early 70s. They, got married young, and that was my mother's story with me. But I recall growing up going to church every Sunday, every Sunday, every Sunday. My mother and my father didn't go, but they made sure my sister and I was on that church bus. We had our bus money to give to the driver or tip money to give to the driver for coming to pick us up. We also had our Sunday school money so that we can get us some snacks in between Sunday school or right after Sunday school and before church service started. But I was brought up in the faith. I was brought up apostolic, Pentecostal, it's all the same. And uh, I enjoyed it. And I enjoyed, you know, the music, the momentum, the presence that was felt, the camaraderie, the communicating with one another, everyone being on the same accord, just doing and being. And it was beautiful. And I look forward to going every single week, not just to church, but also to Bible study and Monday night worship. I enjoyed being in church. It gave me a sense of belonging and not just belonging. I felt connected to this source. And it felt beautiful, and I enjoyed it. And I gave my life over to Christ in 1988. I also remember my mother sharing with me something that didn't come back until later on in my adult life. I remember after, uh, I guess, being saved and committed to Christ and walking in that new light, my mother one day looked at me while we were in the kitchen and we were talking, but then she just kind of left the conversation, but she was talking, if that makes sense. And my mother looked at me and she says, Angel, don't ever let anybody tell you anything different about God. You hear me? They're going to talk to you and get you to look at God from a perspective of science. Don't listen. I said, okay. And just as she said that, she was back to herself. So I am a very obedient child. I have always been very obedient. Thus, that's how I got the nickname Angel. I listened, I did, I obeyed. And I applied that in my life growing up. Never thought anything about it. Well, in 2021, 2022, I said, I felt like I was learning God differently. All of my experiences over the years were just, they were becoming heightened. They were different. And some things were extremely dormant. And then not just that, I was just surveying the landscape of the church and the churches and the elevation And even before surveying that, to be very transparent, I would also get a little upset because we're going to these churches, sowing and paying into them, and sometimes they can't sow back into you. And okay, rightfully so, not rightfully so. I'm at church as a business. I get it now. And that's why I'm about the business of making sure I do my due diligence with my own personal business. Uh and it's no, no shade. I respect everyone's walk, as well as their plight. I just feel as people who follow church and leaderships and pastors, I feel there should be open dialogue and transparency beyond what they claim to be transparent with. And that's not always given. So I had a hard time. And I actually I left the church. I left the church for several reasons. I left the church because I got tired of the judgment. If we are all called to do better, be better, love and fellowship and lift each other up, why are you casting this heavy judgment? I got frustrated. I got frustrated because honestly, first and foremost, church hurt is the worst type of hurt. Secondly, a lot of Christians are diabolical. I'm just going to be honest. And I'm just going to have to say what it is. A lot of Christians are diabolical with the way they judge. This walk that I have been in has allowed me to really see that God is truly love. God is even killed and does for us all. It is how we operate and how we move. And we're thrown the Bible for law, for structure, for guidance. But there's been so much that's been removed from the Bible. And if you know, you know. And I will not apologize for this. And I won't go all deep into it because it's for you all to come into your own awakening and your own awareness of who God is in you and through you. God has given us the tools to do, become, and to have. And in order to do, become, and to have, you have to operate in your divine authority that has been given to you. Now, are they preaching all of that inside the church? They're giving you a drop it, if that. And I won't go all off into that as well. I just say to you all, do your research, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm coming back to, I now see what my mother said. That wasn't my mother in that moment those years ago. I truly believe she gave that word to me because she knew that it was going to be needed in my adult life for such a time as 2021 and thereof. And what I actually seen is definitely it's a lot of truth to it. It's a lot of science, and God is all encompassing. And if you really want to get to the core of who you are, you're going to have to do the work. You're going to have to do the research. You're going to have to go really within and realize all power has been given to you. There is a scripture in the beginning that says, "Let us make man in our image," the image and likeness of God. God is sovereign. We are sons of God, daughters of God. We are all one. And we are made in God's image. So that means we have power, we have presence, we have kingdom, we have authority, we have sovereignty. But it's also been pushed to the back, and only maybe about 2-3% in this world know about it? Figure that part out. Figure that part out. You can look and know who is operating at a higher capacity. No, I have not lost my marbles. I have totally found them. And I am thankful that I have them. And I am thankful for the awareness, and I am thankful for the awakening, and I am thankful for the shift. And I am thankful to be counted amongst who God is and who I am and how God operates and moves through me. I sat with stillness um, several months ago. I do believe now in meditating and sitting still and just hearing, just hearing, just hearing, just hearing. And prior to me meditating, I had to condition my mind to be in a place to still the thoughts so that I can hear clearly. And I did that for about a month. I would go from a couple of minutes to 10 minutes to 15 minutes. So I actually was able to sit still and clear my mind for an hour. Oh my goodness. And what I found out is God is love. God casts no judgment on anyone. That is us. He loves us all. He wants the best for us all. He's given us the best. We just don't know how to harness in and tap into it because we haven't been taught. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I want you all to challenge yourself to truly go beyond, debunk what you have been taught, and learn God for yourself. That's not what they want you to know, but that's what you need to know. Learn God for yourself. Why is it certain people have wealth, riches, things of that sort? Oh, yeah, they definitely put in the work. That's a fact. Anything you want in life, you're going to have to do your due diligence. But the thing is, it's available to us all. And the only way that you're going to get to where you want to be, first and foremost, is to really do the work. You're going to have to do the internal work. So I think I will stop there because I didn't want to ramble, but I definitely wanted to come on here and give you a little bit of perspective. You all hold the power within yourself to transform your lives. What are you doing with it? Well, that's it. That's all I got. This might not be everybody's cup of coffee. It definitely might not be everybody's cup of tea, but I gave you some. Thank you for tuning in on today. Have the most amazing day on purpose. It has been an honor and a pleasure to come to you from the power table with the limitless sit. I am signing off. Until we meet again, have an amazing day.